Is Jorge Prado not only done at Cowie, but done in the USA? Hey everybody, Wealthy Wanderers, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. I hope everybody's doing great. Let's jump back on the Moto merry-go-round and examine the good, the bad, and maybe a little bit of the ugly.
No, Walty, not the ugly. Only examine rainbows and sunshine and Danger Boy Deegan.
No. Somebody's got to read between the lines and look between the ruts. Got some ruts to look through today, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the thing, man. George, man, you poor guy. So many hopes for you. Our boy, El Hombre, got backseated. Cowie goes all in on the Euro sensation, the MXGP champ. Pins all their hopes on him. I think this thing went sideways the second. Because at first it was all rainbows and sunshine. Okay, nobody expects anything out of George at Supercross because he's never ridden Supercross. But when we get to the outdoors, he's going to be definitely on the podium and challenging for wins. Never happened. The dude's clearly fast. He can pull hole shots. I don't think it's the bike. He's been complaining about the bike. That's what riders do. That's the first thing you blame when you don't have results. The bike could be involved. There could be some. I remember I watched this one interview, and one of the person that was interviewing, like, George, they're like, dude, it seems like you've been, because he started putting in some top fives. He had a couple decent races. He's like, yeah, we found some new settings. And they're like, really, what were those settings? Well, I don't know. I'm not a mechanic. What do you mean, dude? You're an MXGP champ. You've clearly been riding a long time. You don't know what they did to the bike? You just know somehow it's better? Like, I find that hard to believe. Like, clearly, you're telling them something, either suspension, chassis, motor, something's going on. Was it your pants were too tight and they got you looser pants? Like, is that it? I mean, I don't know, George. But here's the bigger challenge. This is a big one, dudes. We asked it on the community page. If you're new, get subscribed and bring an open face and some tear-offs, though, because the roast is going to fly in there for sure. We're going to cut over to some polling, but George, man, I think what's going on, dude, is there's some big challenges for you because you've not only basically burnt a bridge, potentially about to be burnt. At Cowie's, you got 2 years left on your contract. And, I mean, it's clear as day for everybody watching that there's no chance, or little to no chance. I shouldn't say no chance. But if you were to stay, I don't see how that's going to go, especially when Chase comes to town. And he's the new guy that everybody's circling around. We've been dragging that semi-truck and all that personnel out there for you to drop anchor during these recent races, bro. It's not good. So the bigger thing for you, George, is even let's say it's a Cowie problem. Let's say it's really a Cowie problem. Other teams aren't going to want to touch you with a 10-foot pole. No factory teams, unless they get you at some hefty discount. But you're not going to be willing to take that because I fancy yourself this elite. But your riding hasn't reflected that. You're only as good is your last race. So the $1 million question is really, guys, and George yourself, when this deal falls apart, you probably have already conceded to the fact that not only will you not be riding for Cowie anymore, and I'm sure lawyers are trying to figure out what your buyout's going to be to get you down the road and get Marchbanks on that bike, potentially.
I'll ride the wheels off that thing, Walty.
Will you even get an opportunity to race for another team? Would another team even want to take you on? Not unless they're hurting for a rider and you're their only choice, more than likely. But for kicks and giggles, let's jump over. If you're new, get subscribed, jump over to the community page and participate in some of the polling. Some of the best bench racing in the industry today occurring over there. So do that. You're going to dig. Now, let's jump over, take a look at some polling. Then we're going to meet back here and wrap it up. Let's get started. All right, race fans, buckle up, strap in, roll up your windows, lock your doors, throw on an open face and a fresh pair of tear-offs because the roost is about to fly. When asked on the Walty Wanders community page of the YouTube channel, is Prado done at Cowie and also done racing in America? 80% of you said, yep, put a fork in him. He's done. While 20% of you said, nope, it's all good over there. I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Well, let's go ahead and take a lap around some of your comments. WCZ61 lines it up at the starting gate, rocking an open face and some work boots with a shame, but he's nothing here. And who knows if he'll even be a factor in Europe either. Cowie got better results from Anderson. Boom. And there it is there. Thanks for the comment, my brother. That one hurt. Let's go ahead and see who's up next. SMC CR Rider pops the clutch, comes flying out of the gate on his two-smoker with done. He never showed up. All everyone had to say was how he's going to come show everyone how racing is done. I guess he forgot the assignment. Boom, and there it is there. Another barn burner. Let me pull a tear off. Thanks for the comment. Let's see who's up next. Bang, second shot garage. Comes flying into the first corner, almost washes the front end and face plants with... I don't think he has the mental or physical conditioning to run the race for 30 minutes here. I bet things have gotten pretty awkward for him over at Cowie. Boom, and there it is there. Understatement of the world. I bet you those two parties want to get away from each other like the plague. Thanks for the comment, my brother. Let's see who's up next. Jake Davis brings us home, crosses the finish line, lights the candles, or gets the Bubba neck burn with... Doesn't he have another year on his contract? Try two, bro. Try two. This thing is getting ugly and ugly quick. Thanks to everybody who participated. Make sure you jump in there, but bring some tear-offs because there's some barn burners and the roost is gonna fly. Now let's jump back to the studio and wrap this one up. All right, friends, welcome back. And there you go. George, we got some problems. Dude, is you're done. You're done at Cowie, and you're probably done in the U.S. And I'm bummed because, as much as I want to see an American step up and challenge the Wonder Boy, the Chosen One, the Moto Messiah, the Alien, the Gazelle, Jet Lawrence, I would have been just fine had it been you. I just want to see some bar banging, right? We've had the Euro invasion over here in the U.S. before, right? That's happening. We have the Euro invasion again. We're cool with that. We just want to see good racing, and we want to see transparency. And again, what I saw when you first arrived over here in Supercross and everybody had given you this opportunity to just learn Supercross, you had nothing but great things to say. Great things. And you were finishing just as bad, if not worse, in Supercross at that time than you are now in the outdoors. I think it's because you had expectations. Expectations were placed on you. That team had banked on the fact when you got to the outdoors, you were going to be a force to reckon with. And on paper, you should have been. I think this all went sideways when Chase Sexton when they ousted, and I'm sure you could care less to see El Hombre go. And that's probably why he bowed out early, because he didn't want to be around you as much as the team. He felt probably just as betrayed by the team and by you as well. This is racing, right? We don't expect you to be buddy with everybody, but I think as soon as Chase Sexton, not only did it hurt Jason Anderson, man, it imploded over at Cowie because they had a career veteran guy in Jason Anderson who would have finished his career with them. And even though he might not have been a championship contender, he would have been a great teammate to Chase. Clearly better than Jorge Prado. And final thoughts that come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a moto guy that wants to see you not only win on the track, off the track. Understand the waters you're swimming in now. They're shark infested. Jorge, welcome to the swimming pool, my brother. Hope you enjoyed your time here at the U.S. We'll be sad to see you go. This is racing. It's the industry. I'm sure you got a taste of what it's like over here not only with what it's like to race here, but the industry itself. I'm sure over in Europe it was a little more like it was back in the day. In our sport, it's changed. It's Wall Street infiltrated now. You're nothing more than a commodity, but you're only as good as your last race. And the fact that now you went from singing the team's praises to blaming the bike, not only is it dug your grave with Cowie, it's potentially dug your grave with other teams here in the U.S. But in the meantime, Walty will be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media link in the description of this video if you'd like to contact me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, gonna love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars. God bless. I'll see you on the next video.